Hello, everyone. Walk Hill Bethelot here. And will cults destroy America, or at least weaken it to the point where America internally collapses? Now, what happened at the Capitol building here in the United States of America, if that sort of thing were to happen, probably any other country, there would have been military intervention. Most likely, most countries, there would have been military intervention and things would have been shut down. But here in America, probably more so than any other country on the planet, cults are encouraged. That was a cult attacking the Capitol. There's nothing wrong with cults in America. In America, you've got groups like the Greensboro Baptist Church, if I remember correctly, that will go to the funeral services of military and protest that they're dead because God wanted them dead. And that sort of thing stirs up division. And we got a good example of that type of division at the Capitol building. We got a good example of what a cult can actually do at the Capitol building. So we live in a superpower. We live in the United States of America. We're not going to collapse because some other country decides to invade us. We're not going to collapse because some other country decides to attack us. We're not really worried about that. In the United States of America, we can be at war, and the citizens of the country are going about their day-to-day life like nothing ever happened. We are not worried at all if we go to war with some country that their military isn't 1% of ours. We're not worried about that. We're not really too worried about larger countries because the two would essentially just destroy each other with the nuclear arsenals that they have. We're not worried about anything external. This is probably something that has never happened in mankind's history, where you have a superpower, a country that's a superpower, that's not worried at all about being attacked from the outside. Even Rome was worried about the Gauls and being attacked. They could be affected by that. Here in America, we don't have to worry about that, and I don't know if that's ever happened before, where there just was no threat. Your military is so powerful, there is no threat. We're flying drones around, and we'll just kill whoever we want in whatever country. We'll just sit in our living room, and the president will push a button, and missiles will fly off and destroy whatever in the world they want, wherever in the world they want. This has never happened before, but America has a weakness, in my opinion. America's Constitution states you have the freedom to bear arms. America's Constitution states you have the freedom of religion. You've got the freedom of speech. Essentially, the Constitution says you can stir people up from the inside all you want. You can attack America from the inside all you want. And so you have groups, various different groups, political groups that can get people stirred up. You've got Alex Jones, a channel that, and at one point, I believe, we've got a lot of examples. Alex Jones is another example of a channel, I believe, that was saying that almost any disaster that has happened is some government set up and it didn't really happen, and got people to believing that sort of thing, and got people to go to these places and try to check this stuff out. In America, it's perfectly legal to dispense misinformation and rile up crowds. That's why I don't think President Trump or former President Trump will be impeached, because he did something that is essentially protected in America. Any place else, some countries, Trump would have been executed for stirring up a rebellion against the government. In America, if you stir up a cult and it becomes a rebellion against the country, you can slide, just like Trump, I believe, will slide. I don't think he's going to get impeached. You guys can all attack me if he does, but I don't think he'll be impeached because it's America. We can get people stirred up. We can get a bunch of people that got guns to get stirred up. They can have an army of shaman Vikings, whatever the Viking guy, they can have an army of those guys, just people thinking that they're Vikings or whatever. In America, it's okay to influence people's minds to the extent that there is an adverse reaction to either them or others. And in other countries, Middle Eastern countries, you have people for either political reasons, religious reasons, whatever, strapping bombs to themselves and blowing places up. We're not that far from that. Those people just didn't have bombs that attacked the Capitol. We're not that far from people doing that. We've already had people go to Walmarts and shoot it up, go to public places and shoot it up. We just don't really have people strapping bombs to themselves, going to public places and blowing it up, getting on a bus and blowing it up. There's nothing stopping it other than people having the know-how to make the bombs. In America, it's just easier to get a gun than to go construct a bomb. Why would somebody spend the time to learn how to construct a bomb when all you got to do is just get a gun? It's easy to get a gun in America. So that's probably why we see more crazy people run off with guns. But these people aren't just crazy in of themselves. They're influenced by groups online that are allowed to stir up things that aren't necessarily peaceful. You got racist groups that are allowed to stir people up. You got political groups allowed to stir. Eventually, you're going to have a lot more violence in America than you would have had otherwise if these people weren't influencing others. And this is what we've been saying for a long time. The former Jehovah's Witnesses that have been making videos have been warning on the danger of cults for an extremely long period of time. And it's not going to stop. It is America's Achilles heel. Freedom of speech, freedom of guns, freedom of religion means freedom to stir people up to believe whatever we want them to believe. So groups outside America don't really threaten America. Groups inside America threaten Americans, and that's a fact. So that's my thought. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. I think cults. That's what's going to be the downfall of this superpower, or just political cults. These QAnon, these alt-right, it's okay. It's okay to stir people up. It's okay to have groups clash against other groups. It's okay for Jehovah's Witnesses to teach people not to take medical treatments and then they die. It's okay. It's okay for America to teach their members that the U.S. government is controlled by the devil. This is okay in America. Russia put a stop to Jehovah's Witnesses. They'll put a stop to a group that will stir people up. America's okay with it. So there could be attacks on the Capitol now. There could be attacks anywhere now. And it's okay. You can stir people up. You're not going to get put in prison. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. 937-789-4029. We'll discuss it. X Wall Kill Bethelite signing out.